developing as a male and training as a male for years and then hop on testosterone blockers and estrogen a year later and compete as female while still having the ability of producing testosterone. Hey, what's going on? And welcome back to another video. If you are new here, welcome. It's your girl, Nikole. Boys are stronger than girls. Girls can't beat boys. In sports? Wrong. A trans man beat a trans woman in a women's league sport. A trans woman beat biological women after being on hormones for a very short time. Was that fair? Well, stick around because in today's topic, we are getting to the bottom of it. Inclusion versus fairness. Should transgender women or men be allowed to compete in sports? Have you heard of doping? Well, it is the use of banned athletic performance enhancing drugs by athletic competitors as a way of cheating in sports. One of those drugs is anabolic steroids. What is anabolic steroids? Androgenic anabolic steroids, AAS, are synthetic derivatives of a male hormone, testosterone. They can exert strong effects on the human body that can be beneficial for athletic performance. So if a male or female takes testosterone, their body structure will rapidly change. We're talking bone density, muscle mass, and depending on the amount taken and the prolonged use of it, it could change their height, giving that person an advantage over those that have not taken any enhancing drugs, right? When we look at a female to male athlete, if they take testosterone while young and they build their body and skill while on testosterone, should they be allowed to compete in a female or a male category? Or should they be banned completely from being able to participate in any competitive sport because they took an enhancing drug? I can see how a male-born athlete might have an issue with, tackling a male-looking female in high school football. I mean, what if he was raised to never hit women, but the athlete knows biologically this is a female? Should the high school athlete be forced to go against his or her morals or sit that game out just because he doesn't recognize that trans man as a male? I never played sports, so it's super hard to have an opinion on this. If you are in high school or in college, how do you feel about competing against a female-born transgender athlete in a male sport? Or vice versa. As a female-born athlete, how do you feel about competing against a male-presenting athlete? I mean, they are still biologically their birth sex, because we all know that you can't change your chromosomes, but you can change your physical characteristics, altering your biological makeup. So it's really not as simple as XX female and XY male. When you are looking at an opponent who clearly does not look what their chromosome sex characteristics says they should look like. Let's look at a recent example of a male-born transgender athlete who went on to win female competitions. Lia Thomas. Have you heard of her? Lia Thomas was born male, who competed in Pennsylvania University as a male swimmer from 2017 to 2020, then decided to transition and went to compete in the 2021 women's swim team and became the first openly transgender athlete to win an NCAA Division National Championship in any sport, starting a huge controversy of fairness versus inclusion. To better understand the situation, let's look at her stats. In 2018 through 2019, when competing in the men's team, ranked 554 in the 200 freestyle, 65 in the 500 freestyle and 32 in the 1650 freestyle. In the 2021 and 2022 season, those ranks are now, when competing in the women's team, 5 in the 200 freestyle compared to the 554 as a male, first in the 500 freestyle versus 65, and 8 in the 1650 freestyle versus being 32 while competing as a male. Lia Thomas followed all of the rules and the regulations needed to compete as a female. Lots of people were outraged, claiming that it wasn't a fair race. I mean, Lia Thomas did have the advantage of growing up as a boy, a teen, an adult man with testosterone to help build her body against other females who did not have that natural ability. Because if the other female-born athletes would have taken testosterone, well, they probably would have been disqualified for doping, right? If you think she's just out there like beating everyone, you're completely wrong. In January of 2022, she went head to head competing with another transgender, Isaac Hennig, a female-born transgender man who allegedly transitioned without hormone therapy, allowing him to swim in the women's team. And Lia, she lost to him and 4 other cisgendered women. Lia finished 6th place. So is this proof that in sports, having been on hormones or not, skill is really what wins you the race? It is a fact I would like to believe that she feels that she is transgender and that she did not transition to win medals. I believe that would be really messed up, right? Although if she ever detransitioned, it definitely would spark backlash. I'm sure the other contestants would feel cheated if they don't feel that way already, after she won. I would if I was them. While I completely agree with what Lia said in an interview, that is not a factor in transition. It is not easy to see the fairness of her developing as a male and training as a male for years, and then hop on testosterone blockers and estrogen, and a year later compete as a female while still having the ability of producing testosterone. In Lia Thomas's case, she had to have been on hormones for just like a year, I believe, to compete in women's sports. It's not fair. I don't know the science behind how long it would take, but according to some medical sources online, it would take a very, 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 very long time to revert some of the male features due to the testosterone. And some features like bone development might be irreversible. So let's not forget what testosterone does to the body to build the body up. It makes you bigger, it makes you stronger than a female-born counterpart. I mean, the hand size, the foot size, the height, the bone, and muscle density will be that of someone with higher testosterone, not someone born female. We can say that all female-born women also do not have the same testosterone levels. Some are taller and some are more muscular than others. It's safe to say that they all fall within a range, right? So should sport rules simply be based on hormonal balance in order to make it fair? Should it not be based on sex, but instead on body size, like weight, height categories? Is there any physical sport where being transgender or not would not matter and competition would be fair? After all this backlash, the NCAA division called for new policies, halving the permissible limit for testosterone for transgender women. I wonder why, because it wasn't fair. An extensive review of other physical characteristics as well, a requirement that transgender athletes meet the new testosterone threshold, which is, for those science nerds out there, 5 nanomoles per liter for 36 months versus her 1 year that she was on hormones, allegedly. If Lia would have not placed the top spot, would people care as much? Or is it because she's winning that people care? Or is it because there is a biological and a hormonal advantage? Let me know what your thoughts are. If you have ever played sports, what are your views on transgenders competing in sports? Life isn't fair, they say. We can all be better humans. So be nice to each other, guys. Be nice to each other. And remember, you are not alone. You guys have me. So if you enjoyed this video, please make sure that you give it a thumbs up. If you want to see more content like this, make sure to subscribe and turn on your notifications. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you guys next time.